are live here at Lawrence Central High School for game 207, Park Tudor versus the 6-3 Bears.
Hello, I'm Gage Holle. This is my co-broadcaster, Adam Katz. And like you said, we are live with just 2 minutes to go before opening tip-off. Like you said, Park Tudor's 2-7, and this is a rough game for them, probably the hardest we've had all season. How do you think we're going to look this game?
I think we're going to look pretty good. This team did beat Lawrence North, which we did get crushed by a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, we did get crushed by them. All right, let's have a look at key matchups tonight. One key matchup is going to be Terry on Isaiah Moore. How do you think Isaiah is going to hold his own?
Well, obviously Isaiah is our #1 scorer, but there are a lot of players on this Lawrence Central team, and it's a very balanced team, so it'll be interesting to see.
It will be interesting, especially because Terry and Isaiah are the two best players, play similar positions.
Yes.
Yes.
This school has a lot of history. They've been to 6 sectional championships and 3 regionals. It is home of a college basketball player who goes to Virginia right now, Kyle Guy.
Yes, that is true. Lawrence Central does have a bit of history, but Park Tudor, as you know, currently has Trayvon Blewett and Jaron Jackson, the star player for Michigan State, who is now #1 in the country, and they also have Yogi Ferrell doing well in the NBA. Do you think anybody on our Park Tudor team right now has a future in college or NBA?
I think Isaiah Moore has the best opportunity. Also, Ronald Johnson is really good. So I think those two have the best opportunities.
I'd also like to say that I think Gaddafi Honecker is probably the best built for maybe college ball one day. Hopefully he can do something in the future, but hopefully so can Ronald and Isaiah.
Before this game, I would like to thank our new team member, David Bender. He just joined the team. He is the technician and in charge of all of and gives you a good broadcast.
Hold on, I am just getting word that Isaiah Moore is injured and out for this game. I am just getting word that Isaiah is out for this game. This is news that it must have just recently come upon us. Park Tudor is going to struggle without him.
They're going to very struggle offensively, but they are a great defensively team when he's off the ball.
All right, they're naming off starting lineups right now.
We'll begin with the Park Tudor Panthers. At 5'7", #1, Micah Moore.
Starting instead of Isaiah Moore, his younger brother, Micah Moore.
Spencer, the only senior on the team?
Yes. This Lawrence Central team is it's a very experienced team. There are no freshmen on the team, and this is kind of opposite to the Park Tudor team because the Park Tudor team is very young. There's only 2 juniors and 1 senior, and all the rest are sophomore and freshmen.
That is true, but that makes us so unique. And now on to Lawrence Central starting 5. Meredith goes on the court, the shortest player for Lawrence Central at 6 foot.
Their star player, Jason Terry, he's a senior. He's their star player. He's the key person that we need to watch.
Davis goes in. That's just Pack going in. And now the big man, the other senior on the team, Andrews, is in the game. And that is the starting 5 for both teams. And a reminder, the coach for Lawrence Central is Albert Gobden, and the coach for Park Tudor is Coach Mike Shelton. Tip-off is upon us. Adam, who you think Park Tudor has a chance with Isaiah Moore gaining out and against Lawrence Central?
I think we still do have a chance, although our offense is going to struggle, but I think we have a very good defense now because we're running a 3-1 right now, which will hopefully stump Lawrence Central.
I'd agree. I think Cato's going to have to really step it up this game, being the tallest player and just being able to man the court without our star Isaiah Moore in the game.
Great defensive possession already. Lawrence Central is being a little sloppy on offense, but... And
see, driving is what's going to kill us. Coach Shelton said before the game in his report that we cannot allow them to get within the paint. We have to keep them outside, and we have to keep them to contested shots because they're very good wide-open shooters.
That was a risky pass. He should have kept it out and swung it around some more.
Meredith,
Great steal by
Micah Moore. He's very defensive player. He is going to be a huge asset to this team this game.
Ronald Johnson also needs to step up. He needs to drive a lot more, shoot a lot more, although he hasn't been that confident.
Since he's returned, I agree.
I think he'll improve a lot this game.
I agree, too. I think that we're going to have to take the open shots. That's our only chance of winning. Speaking of which, Spencer for three. In and out.
And definitely we're going to need to make those open shots. Usually we're not that shooting-minded, but we need to make those in order to stay in this game against Lawrence Central.
Yes, I agree. Cato with the foul, Gaddafi Honecker, and one, and Davis is at the line for one shot. All right. Currently, it is 4-0, and both cheerleaders are competing for who can be louder. We are not looking good out of the gate. We are letting them drive, and it is not going well so far.
No, definitely, and I think we're just a little sloppy on offense. Our defense is pretty good. We're almost causing turnovers. We just need to capitalize on those turnovers and get the ball from.
I agree. Micah's going to be a huge part of our defense up top, and we're going to have to contain him from within the lane.
We as Coach Shelton say, we are not as athletic as a lot of teams that we will play. We have the 22nd hardest schedule in Indiana right now, so it'd be a great preparation for sectionals when Tristan comes back.
Yes, I agree, and I think this is a good game for the boys because it gives them a chance to play without their star player in the game, being Isaiah. It gives a young team a chance to prosper. Foul on the shot. Rhino goes up for two.
That was a great drive by him. It's exactly what we need from him.
Yes, we need a lot of shooting from him, being now the primary shooter with Isaiah.
Yeah. Do you know what I don't understand? I've been to about 5 games this year, and we never put rebounders when they were shooting free throws.
Well, I think that's because we have such a short team that Shelton wants us to get back on defense instead of worrying about getting the rebounds, which I can understand that.
Yeah. It would put a lot of pressure on these Lawrence Central players, which would help.
Yes. Ronald just hit 2 free throws there, 5-2. Give it to the big guy in the paint. Davis has it. Davis goes up and hits it. That's Davis getting right an open layup 2 times in a row now.
Yeah. They're starting to pressure us man-to-man. Micah Moore trying to dribble past all of them. We do have some really good screening plays, and we do get open shots.
Which Cole Greenwald?
Oh, great shot.
7-5, trying Central. 100, and he has Cato playing in the perimeter this game, which I find very interesting.
Well, I think that's where he should play. He's not big enough to be a center, but he is. I think he's quick enough to be one of the small forward, power forward kind of player.
I agree with you, and that is Meredith hitting a 3-point shot, putting them back up 5. Ronald brings the ball up, passes it to Gaddafi. Gaddafi swings it back to Ronald, sets a screen, takes it back out, gives it to Gaddafi.
We need to drive in a lot more. We're going a lot east to west, not north.
Cole misses another 3. I agree with that statement. I think we do need to drive to the brim.
Our screens are very perfect. I mean, we're getting open shots out of every one of them.
Yes, that is. We are getting open shots. We just need to capitalize.
I tell you what, I was looking at their percentage for 3 points before this game. They were struggling from three-point land, but they are coming out firing.
I 100% agree. They are a 50% shooting field goal team, and they do have a lot of shooters. But this game, they are already coming out strong, and hopefully it doesn't startle the Park Tudor team. Spencer gets it stolen by Terry.
It's one thing that we definitely need to work on is taking care of the ball. We're a lot of guards, and we need to take care of the ball. There's too many turnovers, which has cost us late in the games.
Oh gosh, that looks like 2 on Gaddafi. Yeah. This early in the game, that is going to hurt us. Davis at the line for 2. Hits his first. That's already, I think, 6 for him. So he's been getting in the paint, getting fouled. Second time at the line. This is his 3rd free throw.
I wonder how they're going to deal with foul trouble. Lawrence Central's is definitely going to be aggressive. So I wonder how we're going to deal with it. Because we're not that deep of a team, so we'll need to put in a lot of new players if we get into foul trouble.
And Ronald with a good drive. Yes, I agree with everything that you had just said. We are going to have to contain our players, not get fouls. There you go. Good old Big C getting in the picture.
Big C, JV player, David McWilliams' dad.
Who I do think David should be in the game because we have a lack of centers, and Cato's already in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Cole with the steal to Micah. Micah to Cato. Back to Cole, who travels. Takes up. I think that was the right call there. He should have just shot it. I think the missed 3 really startled his confidence.
Coming up after the first score, we're going to have an interview with JV players Jake Perrine and Dave McWilliams.
Yeah, that is true, but for now we have Pack bringing up the ball, passes it out to Terry. Sets the screen. Terry down to Andrews. Andrews up. Andrews in. And that is almost unstoppable right there.
They just have a crazy size advantage over all of us. It's something that we've been really struggling. In the game against Triton Central, we had a height advantage in one of our games, and we won one of those games.
That is true, yeah. Height is a big issue. Our age and our height, I think, are Park Tudor's 2 biggest issues. But there's Cato going in for the drive. Almost gets it stolen from. Back to Micah. Micah with the 3. Misses it, but those are the types of shots we need to.
Great hustle, Mike.
Those,
like you said, it's great that we have a young team because by the time that they're all seniors, we'll have a lot of experience that a lot of teams won't have. A lot of them will be playing JV and we'll be able to deal with all the pressure, and close games will be our success.
I agree. Ronald with the missed shot. Having such a young team and so many young players play on our varsity gives them experience that they need going into the future, unlike most schools who play young guys on JV. Arnold takes up the ball, passes it out to Spencer. Spencer to Cole.
That's a luxury that we have at our school. We have 1/4 of the kids at our school that are at Lawrence Central. So we do have a lot more opportunities at varsity. So that's why a lot of people love going to Park Tudor.
That is,
it gives great opportunities.
That is true. There are a total of around 2,400 kids who go to Lawrence Central High School, which is a ridiculous number. Turnover, Park Tudor. It is Lawrence Central's ball again.
Park Tudor, we've had 2 pretty good wins against Triton Central and Franklin Central. Franklin Central came into the Bob Wedig tournament that we were playing in over the winter break. We went 1-2 in that game.
1-2 in that tournament.
1-2 in that tournament, and we played 2 very good teams in our 2 losses. Tinley's #1 in 1A, and Christmas Addicts is top 10 in 3A. So to only lose by about 15, it's pretty impressive.
I 100% agree with you. I think Park Tudor did a great job in that tournament. I think they held their own, and I think they are showing signs, like right there. They are showing signs that they could have a great future and that they could even have a good season by the end of the season.
Yeah. Definitely, we're gonna do well in sectionals. We'll have Tristan back, who's our second best player. He also gives us a lot of size. He'll be the tallest player on our team. How he's going to defend against those bigger players will be very interesting.
See, Tristan is getting his experience on JV, which is bad, but at least it's giving him the opportunity to be a star player. I truly do think that's what he needs.
I wonder how the chemistry between the team will be when he comes back, because definitely a high-minute player will get a lot of playing time.
Yes, I think he'll fit into the system just right. I think just like backyard, he's had experience playing with the boys. Hopefully, he'll fit into Shelton's offense just fine. All right, 15 seconds left in the quarter, 23-9. Lawrence Central home for the last shot, it looks like. Terry drives in, kicks it to Pack. Pack steps out, shoots the shot. Does not hit it.
Defense.
Great defense. David gets it. Oh! And at the last second, the big guy, Andrews, hits the shot. 25-9, Park Tudor is down and that is the end of the first quarter.
Definitely what I've noticed, there's a great alumni support at this game. A lot of older people, since it's close to Park Tudor, that people...
Yes, I agree. I think that... we still have a pretty good chance at coming out strong. I think that all we have to do is key down on not letting them drive enough, and we have to make sure that they can take those shots, but they are contested shots.
We'll be right back after the break.
And we're back at the beginning of the second quarter. Terry has the ball on the top of the key. Passes it down low to Wesley. Wesley with the bucket.
It's just so hard to grind. It's just such a height advantage, and it's so tough for us to guard.
So tough. It looks like Eli Anderson subbed in for Micah, and it looks like Wesley subbed in for Pack, I believe. No, Pack is still in the game. He subbed in for Andrews. Cole's dribbling the ball, gives it to Eli. Eli dribbles. Terry steals it. Quick hands, as always. Major threat, offensive and defense.
Amazing pass.
Amazing pass. Pack hits a shot. There's not much you can do against about that.
Definitely, they're an older team. They can see the court better. And also you're much taller, which gives you a better visual of the court and give better passes.
I really do have to compliment their coach, Coach Gooden, for getting such a good team together and being able to use age and height to his advantage, especially in a game like this. Cato has the ball down low, dribbles, drives, step back, misses it. Wesley gets the rebound, kicks it out to Terry. Terry drives, kicks it out to Pack. Pack down low to Wesley. Back out
Wesley just has a huge height advantage.
Very tall. If he can get as big as Andrews, then he could be a threat to Park, a real threat in the future. Davis for two. And Lawrence Central currently is averaging 67 points per game. They, very early into the second quarter, they almost have half that. Do you think Park Tudor will be able to contest them come the end of this quarter and early in the second?
I don't think so. They're just beating us in every way. Rebounds, assists, hustle stats. It's just their athletic ability.
I agree with that. I think Park Tudor really does need to put a little heart in it. Right there, Eli Anderson defending. Kickball violation. Lawrence Central down low. Davis subs out of the game, and it looks like Meredith sub back in for him. To Davis, Davis to Terry.
They still seem to be, they've switched into a 2-3, which was a change from the first quarter. Lawrence Central was getting a lot of rebounds, and hopefully this will help out.
Well, that's the one weakness of a 2-3. They will get a lot of open shots. Hopefully they'll start missing. 3-point from Pack. 34-9, Lawrence Central is up. And Park Tudor still scoreless in this quarter. Is out to Ronald. Ronald for three. Brick. Ooh, and that just shot did not look good at all.
No, it did not. Ronald's actually doing very well. He has 4 points, which is a high score for our team, but still he needs to be more aggressive. He needs to score for all of us.
All right, Cole Greenwald brings the ball up. All right, Cole Greenwald gets fouled. He's just joking.
Well, definitely. Lawrence Central is known for their concession stand, and they love their pretzels.
They sure do love their pretzels.
Their pretzels
everybody in the
are
audience.
amazing. Soft serve. It's just really good pretzels.
And Eli Anderson gets fouled right there by Pack. That's his second foul in the second quarter. And I feel like Park Tudor's only going to play a 6-man rotation this game. All they have done so far is sub in Eli. Spencer brings up the ball. Passes it out to Ronald. Ronald with a shot. Brick again. But he follows his shot, gets his rebound. That's what they need to do. Ronald goes up with it.
Great aggressive. That was exactly what we needed.
That gets some life back into Park Tudor when they desperately needed it. But David goes back and he misses his shot. See, if they miss shot like those, Park Tudor actually has a chance to make it a close game.
Ronald needs to drive in enough with this kick nonsense. They're moving around the ball a lot. There's a lot of standing, though. And hopefully they can back cut. So there's not really they're very aggressive on defense. And so if they would back cut, they would get a lot of open shots.
It looks like they're very court aware of like what's going on, though, which is a struggle for Park Tudor and will cause us to make silly mistakes like that. And Terry goes back in the game for Pack. Looks like they're about to pass the ball in. Terry brings up the ball, and he has been playing well this game. But I think Pack, the guy who just subbed out, he's been the real MVP of this game so far.
I agree. He just has such a height advantage, and it's hard for Park Tudor to guard on that.
That being said, though, Davis, who is normally a prevalent shooter, already has 13 and is more than what he averages, which is 12.9. And it's not even done with the second quarter, so he has also been a huge role for Lawrence Central in this game so far.
Keys to the game for the rest of this game is Park Tudor needs to take care of the basketball. Lawrence Central has one of the highest steal rates in the state, 8.3 steals per game, and we need to make LC shoot. They're very inconsistent shooters, but they are shooting very well today.
Yes, I agree. That was Ronald with the animal right there driving is our key to offense. But, yeah, that's definitely a key to victory is to protect the ball and not let other people get their hands on it.
Lawrence Central's keys.
Hits the shot.
One of their keys was stopping Isaiah more, but obviously he's not in the game. He's
Yes.
our biggest and best threat against teams. And also, they need to get on fast breaks. We don't have the stamina and enough players to withstand all of this running. So if they get out on fast breaks, which they have done this game, they will absolutely obliterate
and I
us.
think another key is just to utilize their height in the best way possible. And speaking of height, that last shot by Wesley is just a true display on our guys not being able to handle their defense and what they display. Cato gets the ball, passes it out to Ronald. Ronald back to Cole. They tried a good old play. Back to Cole up top. Cole down to Cato. Oh, pass fake. Cato tried to pass fake. Jumped in front, ended up turning the ball over. And just another steal. Unbelievable. Park Tudor just turning over the ball. But Lawrence Central is a great defensive team. Out to Terry up top. Terry back to Micah. Oh, my bad. Terry back to Davis. And down low. Oh, but Meredith misses a shot. And Park Tudor's way. But Eli just got shoved halfway across the court there, and that was a no call. And there he goes out of the game. Spencer subs back in.
He was very aggressive, which I've been waiting for a player to step up. Eli, although had no points, he drove the ball very well. He got blocked a lot of times, but he was very aggressive.
You know what? Props to Eli Anderson. First year back in basketball, of course, taking a break last year, so good to see him back in the game.
He was actually 2 doubles for the Park Tudor tennis team. They made it to state. He's a dual athlete, and it's very impressive.
Very impressive. Out to Micah. Micah with the good drive, and see, just a drive like that's tough when you're that small. Ronald for 3. Got it!
That's a great shot.
38-17.
And Lawrence Central.
And that is a timeout, Lawrence Central. So, yeah, like I said before, Davis really has been the MVP of this game. 13 points already. Still, the second quarter, he is just playing very impressive. And I think he's been able to utilize the height, and he's been able to utilize his shot, and especially his drive and get to the line ability better than any other player right now. They do already have 38 points, and they are averaging 67 points on the season. However, they are averaging a 50% field goal shot ability, field goal percentage, and they have definitely drained more than 50% of their shots this game. So they are playing very impressive, and they have been able to utilize against Park Tudor very well. All right, coming back out of the gate, it is Lawrence Central's ball, taking it up after Ronald Johnson's 3. That is currently 12 points for Ronald. He has all but 5 of our points.
Which was very expected. It's his first game really to prove himself in high school, and I think he's doing a great job against a great team of Lawrence Central. 12 points in the first half, which is higher than his career high by 8 points.
I mean, really, he has all of our points but 5, showing that Isaiah and Ronald are really the only 2 real shooters on the team. Ball out to Spencer.
Drives in. He can't really find anything. Terry's doing a great job of guarding him. 5 seconds is called.
Terry, and just what a defender. This kid is, he's a senior this year, but he's developed over the years, and he has really shown himself this game. Maybe not as offensive as normally, but on the defensive side, he has been playing great. Looks like they're going to hold it for the last shot. Looks like we're in a 1-2-2 type defense. Maybe a 3-2. A 3-2 defense right now, which is unique to Park Tudor.
we've switched a lot of defenses. I also think it's a 3-2.
I did say 3-2. I corrected myself.
Yeah, you did correct yourself.
Micah heavily guarded. Meredith on the drive gets fouled by Spencer. It was on the ground. It was not on the shot, so they will take the ball out. 6 seconds left. Give it to Meredith down low. And an easy layup. 3 seconds left. 2, 1. And, almost hits the half quarter. That is a half. Ivan Gage, Holle, this has been Adam Katz.
Before we go, we're going to have an interview with our JV player, David McWilliams. My producer told me 3rd quarter. And we'll be back after the break.
All right, see you next half.
Gage, can you hear this?
Hello, this is Gage Holle back live with David McWilliams, JV player and off and on varsity player. David, how did you think the JV did today?
I mean, we were doing okay. It was a real humbling experience for me riding the bench the whole game. You know, that's the first time this whole season I've rode the bench the whole game. But, you know, it is what it is. We all have those moments. Man, you just have to overcome. We have to rise above. We kept it tight the whole game until it just slipped away from us at the end.
Yeah, that's kind of similar to what happened.
Hey, what up?
All right, David, doing secret handshake with Jake Ryan, the other player of JV who actually got minutes.
No, Jake hasn't.
And we are back. End of the first half. Once again, 42-17. Lawrence Central is up, and Park Tudor is just.
Okay, I know the scoreboard is not saying otherwise, but I think we're playing a great game. It's an unbelievable team. They're top 20 in the state. We're 231st in the state right now. We don't have our best player, and definitely it's just a height advantage. It's experience. It's everything that contributes into it. We're getting open shots, and if we would make those open shots, I think it would be a lot closer game than it is right now.
I do agree. Ronald, nobody can argue that Ronald is having a great game, having 12 out of our 17 points, really stepping up with Isaiah out.
Although only has 2 points right now. Although he only has 2 points right now.
Yes, Gaddafi only has 2 points right now, but he really has been trying to step it up. It's really hard when he's the only tall player, only player with height currently on the team. It really is hard. All right, sorry, Adam's noise is having technical difficulties for the time being, but the half is about to come back. It looks like Lawrence Central starters and Park Tudor is coming out with their starters as well. Well, what do you think? What do you think the goal should be?
Our goal is definitely to cut it in half. I think just getting open possessions, getting open shots, and it will fall. It will start to fall.
I really hope so. And I really hope we just show potential now at this point of the game.
I mean, there's just not. It's very, very unlikely that Park Tudor will be.
Hey, but like Gaddafi Honecker said, shock the state.
Shock the state, baby.
100%. All right, game is back on. Game is back on live. Park Tudor starts with the ball. Spencer passes it in.
It's shocking that they're up 25 and they're still pressuring us. It's I think it's very unsportsmanlike, but that's them do them.
You know what?
Great drive by Ronald. Almost kicked out, but there was almost a turnover, which is good that we still have the ball.
Oh,
no, that's a trip. That's a trip. That's not allowed in the game of basketball.
That was very unsportsmanlike right there. All right, now it looks like Spencer will pass it in. Passes it to Gaddafi. Back to Ronald. Ronald should look for a shot here. I think he needs to look for a shot. That needs to be a key.
Spencer needs to start stepping up. I mean, he never has his eyes up, and I think that would help him so much. And he is a great visual. He's a smart player. That's why I think he's starting and getting so many minutes. But he just needs to step up a little bit.
100% agree with you.
And wide open lane. That was a collapse of defense. That shouldn't have happened. It's just they're so quick, and it's like it's hard to guard. It's hard.
I 100% agree with you. All right, Spencer has the ball, passes it out to Cole. Up top to Gaddafi. Ronald with the good backdoor cut, doesn't make anything out of it. Micah has the ball. Out to Spencer. Kickball. Park Tudor.
This school, although doesn't have that much history, it does have a couple quality players such as Kyle Guy and Jeremy Holloway, who's playing in the D League right now, which is now considered the G League, which was transformed this year for the Gatorade League. And he plays for the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, which is very interesting because he's back in his home state. And it's an honor for him.
That's very cool that Lawrence Central has somebody to be proud of like that. However, I think that is the one thing about Park Tudor that we have beaten Lawrence Central is our alumni. Because like I said, Jaron Jackson right now, Michigan State, #1 team in the nation, playing great as a freshman.
Trayvon blew it. His team's #5 in the country, and he's the star player. I think he should have declared for the draft last year, but it's up to him. Great education at Xavier, and I think he'll have a great opportunity in NBA. Yogi Ferrell, playing for the Dallas Mavericks right now. He's although averaging 10 points per game, but he had a very promising future last year when he scored 32 points.
Oh yeah, he had. It was the Jeremy Lin type effect. Park Tudor was very proud to see it happen to such a good young kid.
Last play, that was a bad turnover and bad defense. Spencer got tripped up, but his balance doesn't seem to be that well.
Maybe need to check those shoes. Park Tudor, Spencer got fouled right. Cole got fouled right there. My bad. Spencer is passing the ball in. Still scoreless. Park Tudor is through this third quarter. It took us a while to score last quarter too, so let's see if anyone, or let's see if Ronald can make it happen since he'll be the only one. And speak of the devil, bang! There it is.
Great job.
Another three, and that forces a 30-second timeout by Coach Mike Shelton. Mike Shelton walked into Park Tudor in a really tough situation, and I think that he really has been making good of it.
He's making a great impression on his player. His players love him. The fans love him. The kids love him. He's a very personal guy, and I think, but in practice, I know that he gets tough. He definitely conditions our team a lot. Since our team is not very athletic, but we can be very conditioned because there's very little depth in our team, and for us to have very good conditioning is very good for our team.
Very good for our team. I think that he has really stepped up at his position. I mean, we have such a young team, and we'll see how he can build it throughout the years.
Hopefully we can go back to our prime days of Yogi Ferrell and Trayvon Blewett and Jaron Jackson, where we would go to the state a couple times. We have won championships, I believe.
I think we have won 4, been to 5.
Been to 5 in a 6-year period, and it was very impressive.
Oh, that was a travel right there. They called it.
Great defense by Gaddafi, standing straight up. It was great defense.
Ronald brings up the ball once again. Really, the only one shining.
Lazy pass in there,
so
and almost
like he was
dunked
about
it.
to dunk. He just lays it up. 48-20. Lawrence Central is up.
I think we've given up this half. It just doesn't seem like there's full effort going on. We're very fatigued right now. Everyone just seems very, very out of it. It's a poor effort right now.
Once again, Spencer, the team leader, just failing to step up, and he really does need to take these boys under his wing and help control the game, help control the leadership, and he needs to do a better job of that.
I agree.
Malachi checks in the game for him.
That's 3 straight possessions of bad passes and easy transition baskets. This is unbelievable.
Great chemistry between.
It's very lazy, very, very lazy basketball.
Micah dribbles the ball, kicks it out to Gaddafi.
Gaddafi seems like the only one that's trying right now. He's putting up an effort. Micah also, and Cole, wide open shot. Amazing basketball. Amazing ball movement by Gaddafi, Micah, and Cole.
Maybe Malachi with the new perspective on the game coming in could help. Maybe not, though, as Edwards hits a shot.
Number 35 just sizing up Gaddafi's much bigger than him. Lazy dribbling, and they're back on the fast break.
Terry up.
Oh, my goodness. And one.
And maybe Malachi's presence isn't doing much.
It's not doing that much. I think he's about to be pulled out by Keyshawn.
Keyshawn coming in the game. That's a fresh new look. Keyshawn, for one of the first times making an appearance in the game.
2 bench players that are doing very well in JV. Both freshmen right now, but they are showing great promise for this program.
And I think Keyshawn coming in the game is, very good. We need some more height, especially because the height and presence of David McWilliams really doesn't do much for this varsity team.
In our interview with David McWilliams, we discussed how does he contribute to this JV team and how does it affect his play on varsity. Although he hasn't played once on varsity, he does see a lot of minutes on JV, and it's a very impressive effort.
Yes, I'd have to agree. Cole with another missed 3-point shot right there.
That's a travel. Great defense by Malachi. Malachi does.
He shows signs. Malachi he's still young as well, and I think he could develop his game to be a prominent role on this team in a couple of years.
I agree.
Arnold Johnson brings the ball up the court.
This conference that Lawrence Central is very tough. They're 2-2 in the conference right now.
Yes.
And there are 6 teams, I believe, that are top 20 in the state. And it's a very impressive conference. Carmel, Ben Davis. It's a very historic conference. Lots of championships and lots of D1 athletes and college athletes.
Lots of NBA athletes at that. I mean, you have schools like Pike, who have given us great players over the years. Ronald with just a block shot right there. This really is probably the toughest conference in all of Indiana, and I think it's unfortunate that this is now the second team that Park Tudor has had to play.
Lawrence Central had a very impressive win over Lawrence North. Lawrence North is a spectacular team. It's probably the most historic team in the Indiana right now. They have one of the famous teams with Mike Conley. And they had one of the greatest team, won 3 straight Indiana State championships, and then him and his counterpart both went on to win the national championship with Ohio State.
That is true. Mike Conley now doing well for Memphis. Last year or 2 years ago, he was the highest paid player in the NBA. Ronald hits another 3 right there. But yeah, Mike Conley doing well, giving Indiana pride. And just shows how tough this division and how serious Indiana basketball is really taken. Just with the layup, Ronald takes the ball back up.
In 1999, the Indiana switched it to a 4-class system. It used to be one tournament, one of the most famous tournaments in all of the country, and still today Indiana is known for like the breeding ground for great players and great basketball. Spirit is great in the state. Although the Spirit is not too shabby tonight, it's a winter break game, and it's nice to see a lot of fans come out. A lot of alumni of the Park Tudor team last year. Sam Datillo and Trace Arbuckle, both here tonight.
That's very, very nice to see the support. They get an offensive rebound, try to put it back up.
Right now we would like to thank our sponsors, Mr. Whitehead. He's our athletic director, and he's helped us along this journey and given us a lot of support. Also, we would like to thank Park Tudor, our school, our alma mater, for helping us with giving us education, spirit, and giving us as much opportunities as we can.
We'd also like to thank the Fine Arts Department for lending us these great cameras. Definitely a step up from last game. This quality is out of the world.
We would also like to thank the Health Department, Miss Fleck. She has helped us with keeping us healthy, and she's definitely helped out with all the health of these players.
Yeah, she's really giving the team good conditioning tips.
I know Coach Shelton helps gives his players the 1 monthly health articles by Mrs. Fleck.
I mean, she really is the master of fitness. But back to the game. Cole has it. Malachi in the corner, 3. Oh, off the rim, just a little left. All right, Meredith takes it up.
Ooh, I thought that was a travel right there, but it wasn't.
It definitely looked like a travel. Pack has it. Passes it down to Wesley. Wesley back. Pack has it up top.
There doesn't seem to be that much ball movement. It's a lot of posting up and sizing Kadhafi down. Although Kadhafi, I believe he should be playing a different position, but it's just the team's depth and how there's very little height on our team. Definitely Tristan will help out, which was good.
When Tristan gets back on the team, I think it will do a huge boost to Kadhafi's game. I think that it will help improve him, help him find his true position.
Yeah, I know Mrs. Fleck has been helping him with coping with the JV team. He's done a spectacular job, and Miss Fleck has been a great coach for him.
I mean, just huge shout out to Mrs. Fleck for all she's done for this team. All right, back to the game. Ronald brings up the ball. They're probably just going to hold him for the last shot. Looks like they're more in a zone type defense. Looks like they're in a 3-2. Lawrence Central, that is. Cole has the ball. 14 seconds left. Out to Ronald. Ronald
they seem to be getting one shot right now.
And just a quick steal.
And then almost a fast break.
4, 3, 2, 1. Gets it off of time.
No good.
No good.
We'll be back for the 4th quarter. See you after the break.
All right, start of the 4th quarter. Triton Central up, not my bad, Lawrence Central up 65-28. And a future reminder for those Panthers out there that our next couple of games, on the 5th, we play home against Indy Metro, and the 9th we play home against Franklin Central, who Franklin Central actually is one of the teams that we beat.
With the support of David Bender, our photography and filming has been much better this game, with less lagging, and it will keep getting better with the improvement of our technology for these games. Thank you for all the fans out there who are watching us tonight and giving us a lot of feedback, which will improve in the next coming games.
Yes, that is a shout out to a couple of team dads, one being Mr. Anderson. Thank you out there, Devin. Shot and bucket in. What do you think Park Tudor has to do to improve to look forward for Indy Metro and a team we've already beaten, Franklin Central?
Well, definitely we need to stop relying on Isaiah Moore as much. He's definitely getting very frustrated by our record and how we're losing a lot, and I think that if people would step up, it would help him a lot. Great ball movement right now.
Arnold out for three. Got it again, and he is really just showing that he can be a star.
Bang!
So right now and right there, that bucket puts Lawrence Central over their points per game average at 67. They are now at 69 points, 69-31. Park Tudor really hasn't been scoring that much, but Ronald, game of his life.
Ronald's definitely showing so much improvement. He seems a little frustrated right now. He could have easily gotten that ball, which I don't think he realized.
I think he was expecting the foul right there.
I think it was too, and they were not really giving him that much effort.
Looks like Eli Anderson and Amir Lloyd coming into the game for the first time. Same with Keenan Lewis coming into the game for the first time.
This appears to be Amir Lloyd's first game as a varsity bench player.
Yes.
Very impressive. He's shown a lot of improvement. He's a great football player, great dual athlete, and definitely a lot of this team shows that there's a lot of they play a lot of different sports, which is very impressive for a school.
A lot of dual athletes. Amir, once again, a defensive specialist, passes it inside, and that's just a shot that we need to get inside of. I mean, that's very stoppable.
I mean, I think it's not very stoppable. They have such a height advantage. I've been saying this all night, and definitely those passes have caused a lot of harm to us.
And Amir gets fouled down low.
Definitely what Park Tudor has not done well this game is fast break. They've been getting so many fast break opportunities, Lawrence Central, and it's just detrimental to our spirit of our team, and it's killing us right now.
I could not agree more. And out to Gaddafi, back to Amir. Cole's open. Cole with the shot. That is a shot he has to take, though. A little contested, but we need to take any open shot that
definitely
is presented to us right now.
You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
That is a true quote by
Wayne Gretzky,
actually.
But
yes.
It's true about this team. I mean, they're going to improve so much more in these next coming weeks because the teams that they are playing right now are extraordinarily good, and it's going to help us so much against teams that we have to play in tournaments, we have to play in our conference. And
I mean, Franklin Central and Triton Central, two of the only teams we played actually in our conference, and we beat them both.
We beat them both.
So, I mean, we are playing Franklin Central again, and we might or might not have Isaiah back.
Well, Franklin Central is not in our conference. We lost to Beech Grove by 2, but I heard that was a bad ref game, and we will, I think, in my opinion, that we will win our conference. We have one of the hardest schedules in our conference. We have the hardest schedule in our conference, and once we have our healthy players back, such as Bryson and Isaiah Moore and Tristan by sectional time, definitely our team will be improves a lot more. Definitely a lot of height in that.
Looks like with 4 minutes 30 seconds, they are already running out the clock. Just want to get this one over with. Amir with the rebound. And Keenan in the corner. decides
Keenan
to dribble it
needs
out.
to shoot that.
Good.
Great move,
Great
but
move
misses it.
down low. Misses a shot.
I have to say he's showing a lot of hustle, showing a lot of intensity, proving to the coach that he wants to play, and it's a great opportunity for him to come in.
Exactly. Great student athlete right there.
There's been rumors that Cole's going to transfer to Brebeuf. Hopefully not. He's a great player. He shows a lot of potential. Although not one of the biggest players, he's a great guard, starting guard for our team right now.
Cole's a good, clean kid. I mean, he's a very valuable, and I think when it all comes when it's all said and done, he will stay at Park Tudor, and I hope for our team's benefit. But we do, once again, have a great future, and guys like Amir, every single person on this court is a sophomore or freshman, which is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. We're playing against an all junior senior squad right now.
One or two sophomores, and we have a whole sophomore freshman team. Speaking of which, there it goes. Currently, we have an all sophomore team out there, and in a couple years, this just shows if we have these guys on the court, we could be doing very, very well.
I agree. It's given them playtime experience.
Exactly. At this day and age, playing against tough teams and getting blown out by this is only good for them. Blocked by Keenan. Amir gets the rebound.
Lawrence Central will be playing. Hamilton Southeastern next, and after that will be Warren Central. Warren Central is #1 in the state right now, 10-0. Very impressive for a team that is a football powerhouse in this city and in the state. Ben Davis, they also have was one of their losses, 61-66, but they are a very impressive school right now. They had the 8th best football team in the country, and also to improve that, they have the 8th best team in the state right now for basketball, which is very impressive.
They are football, basketball, multi-sport powerhouse that we have to look out for.
A lot of those kids are getting D1 offers. IU, Purdue, and Notre Dame. Those 3 schools are getting a lot of offers from inside state. Amir needs to take those to be more aggressive.
Got it. That was a good pass by Amir.
It was a great pass.
He probably should have taken it, helped to prove a shot, but Micah with his first 3 points of the game. And Park Tudor, we have had a tough schedule, but we've got the majority of it out of the way. I think we can really focus. We got a lot of experience now. I think we can focus back on our team.
We have one last team that we need to play that is very, very great right now. It is North Central. They have a lot of D1 athletes right now, but they're 4-4, which is shocking because they are struggling without Chris Wilkes, who now goes to UCLA. Another team that we have to look out for is Brebeuf. They got a new player.